What up, Raider Nation? It's Iron Man from 928 Border Raider Nation down in Yuma, Arizona, and you're watching the Raider Homer channel. Raiders, time to suit up.
Hi, Raider Nation. This is Karen Metters of KMCS Shots and Blitzalytics.com. So I want to share with you where you can find all of my fan images from the Raider game sidelines for Raider Nation fan photography. You can go to my Facebook pages, KMCS Shots and Karen Metters Photography. All of those images are free for you to download and use as you please. If you would like to see my NFL authorized game day photos, you can see them at www.blitzalytics.com. That's BLITZALYTICS.com. I have a 20% discount special to my Raider Nation family, and that code is Raiders2020. Apply that at purchase to receive a 20% discount on your digital downloads or prints. Those are your choice. So being a self-funded photographer, I fund my travels to all of the away games, and any purchase or a tip for the photographer is greatly appreciated. Should you like to express your thanks in this way, you can send any amount you feel led to give at Venmo. My Venmo ID is at KAREN-MEDDERS, and Cash App is $KARENMEDDERS, all one word. Thank you, Raider Homer and Raider Nation. You are watching the Raider Homer channel. Go Raiders!
All right, hello Raider Nation. Welcome back to Monday Nights Live. I'm Raider Homer, and I want to remind you to like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, Twitter, IG, and Facebook, if you haven't already. You know, I'd like to thank all of you that bought the Raider Homer patch package. You know, they're almost gone. I did order some more, but I appreciate it. Thank you all for buying these and showing some support. All right, and speaking of showing some support, I want to make sure that, you know, y'all guys know that this event is happening here in Austin, Texas. It's called An Evening with Jalen Richard. It's presented by Platinum Group Productions. You just heard from Karen Metters. Becca Maddox is the other partner of Platinum Group Productions. You can get a hold of them on Facebook. You can get a hold of me, and I'll help you get a hold of them. But this event is their first major event, and they want to get it off. They want to kick it off right for Platinum Group Productions. So make sure you get there, Raider Nation. Like I said, I'll be broadcasting from there, and I'm looking to interview Jalen Richard also. So it's going to be a good time. So get there, Texas Raider Nation. All right. And don't forget to listen to the Only Nation podcast with me and Heidi Stabbert on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we also have a YouTube page. We appreciate your support, Raider Nation. Get there and show some love to us, all right? We do a lot of work for the Only Nation podcast. All right, and Blitzers, get your calls in before 8 p.m. CST. I can't wait to hear from the Raider Nation on the Raider Homer Superfan Hotline. All right, now tonight's guests are Peggy Holmes. You've heard her on Captain Jack's show. She's fairly well known out there in the Raider Nation. She always has a strong opinion on what we need to do, and she's done a lot for the Raider Nation, so it's exciting to have her on the channel. Ultimate Raider's also going to be on the channel. He's in Arizona. He does a lot for the Raider Nation as well. He's a really cool guy, and I can't wait. I met him, you know, in the Raider Nation Explosion, so I can't wait to talk to him again. He was also on Coast to Coast with the Black Hole Superfans. And of course, Mob Boss is coming on tonight. Now, Mob Boss always has something passionate and heartfelt to say. And he's always grinding out there, so he's going to come on and talk about the Raider Nation Explosion too. And, you know, I'm happy to bring on Bull on the Road. Bull on the Road is one of the more popular tailgaters that I've, you know, come across. A lot of people know who he is. I'm sure you know who he is. So he's coming on for the first time, and it's exciting. All right, now, like I said, Ultimate Raider and Mob Boss, they're returning to the Raider Homer channel to share more of their stories and info and some upcoming events. And Peggy and Bull on the Road, this is their first time on the channel, so I'm glad to bring them on. All right, so let's go ahead and get to tonight's guests. All right, Raider Nation, we have her on the phone line, Peggy Holmes.
So how you doing, Raider Homer?
I'm doing well. I'm excited tonight. You know, this show is a lot of fun to do, and it's I'm glad I get to bring the Raider Nation on and share their stories. You know,
I love the community, and I especially love the last time I was on with Captain Jack. I had him sputtering, and I didn't mean to.
I saw it, and I gotta admit, you got me a little nervous, you know, because I saw you get on his case. But I can handle it, I think.
Yeah, you.
Hello? Technical difficulties. Oh boy. Hold on a second. Let me get this going again. We will take a look at Peggy Holmes again until I get her back on the line. Well, I'm having a hard time getting her back on the phone, so let's hear from the Violator. What message do you have for the Raider Nation here and now and into the future?
Pretty simple, brother. Raider Nation, I'm speaking to you as an ambassador. Always stay true, stay loyal, keep the beliefs, and keep the faith. We will return.
All right, we got her back. Now, tell us all how you were all over Captain Jack, and you did have him flustered. I mean, I know Captain Jack a little bit behind the scenes. I thought he was going to pull a Captain Jack the way you had him going.
Captain Jack, first of all, Captain affectionately calls me his DC wench. And this goes way back. We've known each other 10 years. And we met when he was trying to get his club started down there in the Tampa Bay area. And we kept on communicating, and Captain is just one of my favorites.
Yeah. Cap, I've met him a few times on the road. He's always been real generous, always real funny, always just having a good time. And he's helped me out on this channel a lot too. He's been around from the start pretty much.
And Captain was going through a little rocky. Remind him that he is Captain Jack and that he will always be loved by the nation as Captain Jack, no matter what happens or what anybody about him. And it has proved to be true. I just am so grateful to have met him.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. I'll tell him. Of course, hopefully he's watching. But
I hope he is. He's been down under the weather a little bit, so prayers, and good wishes from the Raider Nation to get well soon.
That's right, get well soon.
Now, Captain Jack and I were where we crossed the sword, almost walked the plank on this one, was my taking my perspective on the Derek Carr situation. And I just think we have a gap in understanding who Derek Carr is and what kind of skill set he possesses. And when a man doesn't run when he's supposed to run, doesn't see holes, doesn't see opportunities, that's because his physical skill set doesn't allow him to bridge that gap. And I guess Cap just like most of the Raider Nation, they're just horrified. I mean, how can we have a quarterback with such a gap in skills? But we got a spread option quarterback. That's what we got. He sits in the pocket.
Yeah, he's not really mobile, even though he can be. That is the weakest point in his game. But then again, I mean, if he could, he just needs a defense, I think. The plantar fasciitis really that Williams caught hurt. Of course, all the crap AB did hurt. And then Renfro, he got his ribs broken, missed about 3 weeks. So I mean, Carr, he just hasn't had a good shot since 2016, and I think that's where the Raider Nation is the most frustrated with him because we were right there knocking on the door. Then he got hurt, and here we are, at 7-9 after a 4-12 season.
But here I go again with. 2016 was a mirage. It was an aberration in the desert. It looked like we were building something, but in fact, it was built on a promise that the offense would always outscore the other side. And when that ceased to happen, we fell right back to the team that we actually were. You gotta play defense in this league. I don't care if you have Air Coryell, who, by the way, never went to a Super Bowl. You have to play defense.
Yeah, I mean,
and we didn't play defense in 2016. And 2017, 18, 19, continuation of the same.
See, Gruden won that Super Bowl with the Bucs defense, right? And he had Brad Johnson, right? And, he did well with Gruden and Chuck Bresnahan defense, In my mind, I think we need to build a defense first of all because we got to stop the Chiefs, right? But then that's going to help Carr because, like I said, Carr, in my mind, is somewhere between Brad Johnson and Rich Gannon. He's, he can do more physically, I think, than Brad Johnson, but he's not the master manipulator or the master quarterback that Rich Gannon was. So in my mind, I think, if Gruden builds that defense, he can win with Carr.
But here's the key. You got to understand, Carr ain't never going to be Watson. He's never going to be Lamar out of Baltimore. He's not going to be Russ Wilson. He's not going to see the hole. He's not going to hit the hole before it closes, because that's not the kind of quarterback he is. Stop expecting what he cannot deliver. And you're so right, Homer. You got to build a team around any quarterback. I don't care how good he is.
Right.
Ask Dan Marino.
Yeah.
One of the greatest quarterbacks ever played. He just came up lacking in run game and defense, and he got nothing. He came out with a lot of records and nothing else. Is that what we really want?
No, I want a championship.
I think everybody agrees with you, Ray the Homer. I think when we go back when we're talking about defense, one of the points that I was going to start to make was that we have a problem with defensive philosophy and scheming. And it's not anything that you can really see or fix. You have to change out the guy that's pushing the philosophy. I really think Gunther, when all is said is done, he's got a defense that's just too far ahead of his time. There are not the players there to execute it.
Yeah, because I've heard he has a complicated defense, and that he really can't, call the plays he wants to call. That he has to kind of make it a little more basic. That's why I'm excited that he is getting his third year. But I also like the fact that they do have Marinelli there waiting in the wings in case Gunther can't get it done. I think that shows a lot more patience in the Raiders organization than when Al was in charge. So I'm hoping that Gunther can turn it around. But
now you remember when we been there, done that on that with that waiting in the wings. You'll recall 2017 with Norton Jr. and Pagano as co-defensive coordinators.
Yeah.
And I mean, that who in the league besides the Raiders has ever done that? You have to be decisive. You have to make the call. You have to fire the guy that's not performing and replace him. And anything in between just confuses the players. Just my opinion. It just confuses them. They sit up there not trying to worry about who's going to be the future defensive coordinator. Not the one that's already there, that's already proven to you that he can't do the job. You already know that. You're a player, and you're like, what should I be doing? That's one of the drawbacks of having the defensive coordinator heir apparent sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah, but there's a lot of that makes sense. But there's a lot of people that say, light a fire under Carr's ass and get a second quarterback. So maybe that's the philosophy behind having Marinelli. But then again, Gruden gloats on Marinelli. So he thinks he's one of the best coaches in the business. So
I think Marinelli comes with a lot of good parts to him, but the only thing about him is 70 years old, and there's a limited energy set. I know these guys have a lot of energy, but he's 70, and is he the defensive coordinator of the future? Is what's going through my mind. I would sure like to see one of those young up-and-coming assistants with a whole lot of brand new ideas and ways to use the players that we've got effectively. And I'm telling you, we just another season with the kind of bottom 10 rankings in major defensive categories. We did improve and run now. Right home, we improved against the run. We were number 8, and that was a far cry from what happened in 2018, where they were just running on top of us. So I did like that, but in every other major category, we continue to be in the bottom 10 in the league.
So you're talking about the defense, right? So look, it's draft time. It's free agent time, right? Nobody knows what the hell is going to happen. It's just time to speculate, right? I've brought up a few ideas that have been shot down, right? Whatever, that's what I do. But so what I'm thinking is, after my other ideas have been shot down, after seeing that Simmons kid, right, Isaiah Simmons running that 40 and just looking at his numbers and things like that, what if the Raiders traded the house to move up to get Simmons? Do you think that would be a good move, especially considering free agency is first, right? Because we can get, I think it's Corey Littleton, the linebacker from the Rams, and we can get Byron Jones, I think, which is a cornerback from the Cowboys. If we were to make three big moves like that, even after we had the great draft in 2019, do you think that would be a good move, getting an athlete like that can run sideline to sideline, especially against the Chiefs?
You know, I like your plan. It's I don't know why anybody shot it down. The only thing with Simmons is that you want us to move up to get him. They're going to demand we don't have a second round pick. So then we're going to have to deal with one of those third round picks. They're going to demand our first round pick to move up. That is in Mayock's nature to do. I'm not sure. Mayock wants his picks, and he wants all of them. But your plan is correct. I mean, Simmons is the only linebacker that fits Gunther's scheme, that has that dual hybrid safety type linebacker. But here's the problem with we're back to Gunther's scheme again. Really, the colleges are not producing players that can do the things that he requires. The main problem with Gunther's scheme is his use of linebackers. Simmons fits it to a T, but then after Simmons, you fall off a cliff. You don't have those dual hybrid linebackers coming out in the numbers that are needed for Gunther's scheme. Gunther has to understand when you have a linebacking core, and this is one of the most horrible statistics about my Raiders. You have a linebacking core that has 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks, 0 fumble recoveries. I mean, I don't know any linebacking core in the league that has a stat like that. What is he using those linebackers for? Pass coverage.
Well, I think what really hurt, right, because after the Burfict suspension, right, they had to move Whitehead, who's he's a weak side linebacker. You know, they had to move him into the middle. And then that forced Morrow, and then Markel Lee got hurt too, so he was on the strong side. So then we're looking at Morrow, right, and who's the other linebacker? Will Compton came in later. You know, so I think, it was just the musical chairs, going on in the linebacking core.
Yeah, the way they're being used, it doesn't even matter who was there. It's the way he's using them. Most teams use at least one of their outside linebackers to help with the pass rush. And boy, we could have used it because once again, the Raiders ranked number 25 in sacks. And that's despite Max Crosby's wonderful rookie year and Cleveland coming on in the end. And we just got to have help from the linebacking core with the pass rush. But that's not how Gunther wants to use his linebackers.
Yeah.
He wants to use them to help with pass coverage and run support. And that's it. And because of that, basically it's that front four that's responsible for getting all the sacks. That's just untenable. That's just not what's going to happen. It's just not what they say, it ain't natural. That's what I call it. But I like your plan. Were you mad when the Kansas City franchise tagged Chris Jones?
Yeah, I mean that would have been a good signing. We need somebody that can push that pocket in the middle. Somebody that can destroy the middle of the pocket.
Yeah, my gurus tell me, looking at Hankins and P.J. Hall and Hurst, first of all, they're basically rotational guys. They're not your +1, +2 skill guys that can do run and pass rush. And some of my people are telling me they believe that both Hurst and Hall are undersized for their positions. And because of that, they're having a hard time Bull those 300, 320-pound offensive linemen. They're really having a tough time. And that's why we can't get the pressure and we can't close the gate. We can't push the pocket. And we can't get enough sacks. We had 30, though, which was better than 13 in 2018. So it was an improvement. But if you look at your playoff teams, they've got, high 40s, 50s in sacks. You got to get there.
Yeah. That's why I'm kind of ready to trade the house, because like I said, if we get, free agency, right? Yeah, Hurst and Hankins, right? Yeah, we were just talking about them. We could use a defensive tackle, but maybe we could pick up one of those guys, later on in the draft. Mayock got that kind of eye for late round talent, right? He proved that. But if we could get a true number one corner to help out Trayvon Mullen, and then get that linebacker, that side-to-side linebacker, I think Markel Lee would be able to step in, and hopefully we can at least bring Burfect and Compton back in, and then that's where it starts. In my mind, because Harris played well, Abrams coming back, Carl Joseph's probably not going to come back, but, you would hope that he would, that the market's going to show him that he's not necessarily where he wants to be, but I don't know.
Carl's problem was the problem when the day that McKenzie drafted him. He's too small for a strong safety. That's why he keeps getting hurt. Duh. I mean, it's one of those things where we just still haven't developed a true defensive mindset from the front office down. The mindset, I guess, is what Al put on the organization, is still offensive. That's why Carr is just under so much pressure, because nobody's thinking about defense first.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking about, that scoring and that 60-yard bomb, and nobody's thinking about how about if we once in a while hold a offense that we're playing 10 or less points. I mean,
that's where we got to have to be. We need that kind of defense, because we're going to score. Gruden, he's right. He likes to run the ball. So we're looking at like anywhere from 21 to 31 points a game is kind of where Gruden really is, because he wants to control that clock. So if we got that defense that can keep a team under 17 points, we can win,
I think that's where the frustration for Raider fans comes in, because they're looking at offense first. They always see that, hey, this guy is not doing what I see other teams' quarterbacks doing. I'm like, hey, he's never going to do that. He's not Watson. He's not going to see a lane and hit it and run for 15 yards. Not going to happen. So there we go. If we only shifted our philosophy and our emphasis to defense. And I went back and did some research, Raider Homer. And I found that in the years that we won the Super Bowl, 77, 80, 84, those years, our defense was in the top 10. One of the years we were in the top 15, but mostly all of the indicators, turnovers, sacks, forced fumbles, run defense, we were in top 10. Why did Raider fans keep forgetting this? They just say, oh, they'll acknowledge you're right, but then they'll move on to go right back to get on, the offense. Why can't we score points? I get it. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
And I really see that. And I'm hoping that this year I'm not even paying attention to anybody talking about Carr anymore. Carr is Carr. Yeah. He's just going to do what he does.
Yeah, he is who he is. We all know who he is.
I'm going to tell you two guys that I was real disappointed that Gruden didn't keep, wide receivers, and that was J.J. Nelson, who couldn't stay healthy, and Ryan Grant. And I I was real disappointed they didn't work out. Those were veteran receivers that could have really helped us, and I don't understand why it didn't work out with them. Grant couldn't break into the lineup, and you said with the problem with plantar fasciitis problem with the anointed number one, and then of course what happened with AB kind of set the stage for the whole season.
Yeah. I mean, we were lucky to get 7 wins.
Yeah, but that's 2 straight years that we working with off the street wide receivers. That can't be right.
Yeah. No.
That has to change. I mean, you just absolutely have to have a field stretching receiver and a couple of underneath guys and some surprises like Renfro was.
Yeah.
Aren't you really proud of our rookie class?
Yeah, I think it's the best I've ever seen. Right? I mean, Mack and Carr, that was a great those two guys in that same draft. So I guess you could say technically since then, but it's the best I've seen in a long time, long time.
We did have some production. And I wanted to go back to your mention of Abrams and see Raider fans, here I come from left field again. Raider fans do something that tickles me. They'll see a guy play in the preseason and anoint him the next Pro Bowler and Hall of Famer. And without any evidence whatsoever, A, that they can endure a 16-game season, or B, that they can play. Now, I mean, preseason is nice, but it isn't going to tell you whether this guy's going to help you win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Abrams only played a half game, and the only impression I have about him is, gee, he got injured fast.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that we're all praying for the next Hall of Famer to show up, and play well for us for many, many years. So I would think that's where we are with that.
It's a disappointment, and we don't need to be disappointed. If you set your expectations too high for a player, when it doesn't work out, some of us become bitter.
Yeah.
And that's not that keeps you from seeing the big picture. I think we have a wonderful opportunity if we have a good draft this year and next year, because we got to replace all them bum picks that we had between 2012 and 2018. And I'm saying that bum is a nice word, but we've got to have at least 3 good draft picks to make up for all those missing faces. I mean, and there are a lot of missing people that should have helped this team, but either weren't coached or weren't allowed or stayed hurt all the time. And those guys should be contributing members of the team right now, and they're gone. They're no longer on the team. Of 50 McKenzie draft picks between 2012 and 2018, only 6 are left on the team.
That's crazy, right? That is so crazy.
You can't have a fail rate like that and expect to win anything, a division title, especially when you got a Kansas City out there who's just getting better and better. But I'm not afraid of Kansas City. I think that with the right personnel and the right coaching, we can beat these guys.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I think we can either split with them. And Kansas City, let's face it, Kansas City has been a thorn in our side for the Schottenheimer days.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, this is nothing new. Yeah. They've always been a problem for us. We could take Denver and we could take the Chargers and sweep them. It won't matter. If we can take our opponents, other AFC opponents, and sweep them, it doesn't matter. But we got to have a defense to do that. And you mentioned young Mullen the other day. I like him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the next best cornerback since Woodson.
And I actually have a body of work to base that on.
Yeah.
He played all 16 games, stayed healthy. And I'm telling you, he's a very nice young man. But we met him at one of those expo fairs at Dulles Airport over here in the East Coast.
Yeah, I remember Nikki telling me about that.
Right. And she went out there, and very nice young man. Seems to be dedicated to the game, and I liked his development. It was his rookie year, and yeah, he made some rookie mistakes, but I liked his energy level. I liked that he wasn't afraid to come up and tackle people, all of that. I liked that he has good instincts about where the ball is going, and we need a lot more of him.
Oh, I agree. Amy, you know what? You're preaching to the choir. I love everything that you're saying, but I gotta say, I gotta get to the next guest. I can get you back on this channel, on this show as much as possible.
Not a problem at all.
Yeah, but before I let you go, though, make sure you tell the Raider Nation how to find you on social media.
Yeah, go to YouTube and type in Raider Homer, and he pops right up.
Yeah, but where do we find you on social media? Yeah, thanks for the plug,
find
though.
Me? Oh, you find me, Peggy Holmes. And of course, I told you I was a co-founder of the DC Metro Raiders, which retired with me last year. DC Raider Nation you can get in contact with me through DC Raider Nation, the group that is now representing the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for your time. All right, I appreciate it. I can't wait to get you back on here and talk about Raiders because you got. I like what you're saying.
All righty, talk to you soon.
All right, cool.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there you have it, Raider Nation. Peggy is knowledgeable about the Raiders. She's been watching the game for a long time, man. And she, Captain Jack, you don't know Jack about sports, right? That's his show. But she'll get on his ass on that show because she knows about sports. So, hey, find her on social media, Peggy Holmes. She's done some great things for the Raider Nation. She's on the East Coast, as she just said. So get there and find her, Raider Nation. Now, our next guest is the Ultimate Raider. Mark, man, he's a real cool guy. And like I said earlier, I've met him in the past, and he was working hard, taking pictures and being a real cool guy. So, go ahead and hang tight while I get him on the Raider Homer Superfan Hotline. All right, Raider Nation. I have him on the phone for you on the Raider Homer Superfan Hotline. Ultimate Raider. How you doing, Ultimate Raider?
Good. How's it going, Homer? Everything over here is going pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Likewise, everything's going good over here. I'm working my tail off 6 days a week so I can get to these events, man. and take some more pictures and see the Raider Nation family.
Right. I hear you.
Yeah, man. So speaking of events, right? I was telling the Raider Nation earlier that the first time we met was at the Raider Nation Explosion, man. And I thought it was real cool that all the work you were putting in, dude. You were a real nice guy, taking time to talk, and so I appreciate it.
No, it was great. It was an awesome event for sure. I mean, it was good to see you too. You had a little lyric with you too, which was awesome. It was a great experience there in Merced, California, with with the with Raider Tone and and the family there at KOS. But yeah, it was great. It was warm. It was a hot day, and we made it through. But it was warm for sure. And I was glad to catch you a few times and just catch up on some talk and just go over our love or feel for our Raider Nation family. So it was like I said, it was a great experience, and we got to meet some other super fans out there. Because every now and then we're like, someday we need to catch up, or hey, someday I'll meet you out there. And I got to meet up with some good friends and make new ones too, which was a growth of of the Ultimate Raider, kind of getting out there and meeting meeting new family. So it was good event for sure.
Oh yeah, man. So what have you been up to since then?
Since then, yeah, just been gathering after that event. There was later was the Cardinals game and with the with the Raiders. So we just kind of hung out here for that game, which was a preseason game. After that, we kind of just kept in touch with the games and stuff, and hanging out with the with the Black Hole and Phoenix chapter, and doing some hanging out also with the and also Nogales Raider Nation. So it's been great. We're just keeping my little core. Well, it's not little, but I mean, we're growing. Arizona's growing. So, but I do appreciate the love and respect out there with all the clubs. Marlo Resendez from Nogales Raider Nation and Juan Cruz from the Die Hard Raider Tucson chapter. So we've become a good family, and we appreciate that too. So I wanted to kind of bring that out there because these clubs are growing. So it's awesome when the community and everybody gets together and shows love and support for each other. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. I was Jason Iron Man from Border Raider Nation. He was on yesterday, man. He was talking about how the Raider Rock went up there and helped him with some charity events, man. So that the Raider Nation is growing big over there in Phoenix or in Arizona. So that's cool that y'all are all working together.
Yeah, not too long ago, my daughter posted on Facebook when she had her 6th birthday, and Rock, I'd asked him if he can show up for my daughter's birthday party, and he sure did, and as well as the Black Hole Phoenix chapter, Hell Raider, and Mad Max, and War Yachty was from the Die Hard chapter, so it was pretty cool. Like I said, yeah, we're out here supporting each other and helping each other grow and just make a stand. Raider Nation is everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Once
and shout out to
growing.
and shout out to the AZ Raiderettes too, man. Those girls, they're fun, man. They're fun to talk to.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. Everybody out here is awesome. It's great.
Well, so you said you've been a TBH member for a while, but now you're a part of the Phoenix chapter, and you said earlier that y'all got some updates that you can give me. So let's hear those TBH Phoenix updates.
We've established our spot here in Phoenix at Gus's Pizza and Sports Bar. So we've been doing our get-togethers there. It's a very family. It's got games for the kids, like like video games, and obviously the big screen TVs for the games, um, and obviously the service of the food there, the pizza, and the drinks specials. It's a great place. So we thought about something that we wanted to be created, and that seemed to be the spot for now. So the more we're growing out here. We're trying to get more people to join. So the more we grow, the bigger the spot we have to get. So it's something just to get started. But we're looking to do big things out here in the Phoenix Black Hole chapter. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Like like I said a little while ago, it's cool to see Arizona Raider Nation or the Raider Nation in Arizona working together like that. Because as a Raider Nation, we're a family. But Joker Raider, when I got back from Houston, one of the things that really stuck with me from last year was when he said, "Hey, don't forget to put your family first." Okay, and now we were talking earlier, dude, and we were talking about the events that we're gonna go to and the events that we're gonna miss, man. And you were talking about some of the events that you were gonna miss, man. So in the in the spirit of putting your family first, tell us why you're gonna miss some of those events.
Well, just recently, there was that great get together out in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl party. I was hoping to attend that, but like you said, family comes first. And that weekend was my son's 21st birthday, so and he's my oldest one, so we took him out to the casino and just did the average kind of thing people do is go to the casino. But we bought him some drinks, and not very much of a drinker, but out here the casinos are kind of 21 and over, so you want to do a little gambling. To say he did that for his 21st birthday, so that was awesome. Just recently, the draft party. That's going to be in Vegas too. So everything now that Vegas is great, everybody, all the great attractions are there now in town. So it's awesome. Which is going about that. It's great out here in Arizona. The Vegas effect is really being contagious. And when I say that, it's like people didn't really bring up Raiders as much, and different style of people. And now that they oh hey, and, Vegas is a fun spot and stuff. So when they see me, I'm sporting my Raider gear, they're like just like a hat or a lanyard or something. They're like, oh, you're a Raiders fan. So, but yeah, like I said, it's great how attractive the Raiders are becoming. But yeah, everything's in Vegas, so that the draft party there in Vegas. So these are some big numbers I'm throwing out there that usually you gotta make sure you take care of your children when they turn those ages. So yeah, she's 18, so we're gonna have a little get together for her. I just talked to Polo just recently, just before you called me, from Polo Rodriguez, my Santa Maria president for the Black Hole chapter. Yeah, he was telling me, hey, you're going to come to our event for the Santa Maria rodeo parade? I said, you know what, I got to think about that, because I told him exactly what I'm telling you right now. So these are the events that are coming up. And that weekend prior to that Santa Maria event is my daughter's high school graduation. So again, she turns 18, and now she's graduated from high school. So that's kind of another thing too. You got to be there for the kids. So just is kind of my role. So it's got to make sure I'm there for those special events. And then soon after that, there's a Raider wedding I'll be attending. I'll be part of. So it's going to be in Tucson, and LG from the Die Hard Tucson chapters marrying Manny, Raider Manny, who's from the Phoenician chapter, the Phoenician Raider Club. And so they're getting married, and that's kind of I'm attending that. So yeah, but it's friends, it's love, it's Raider Nation. My family, like you said, comes first. So yeah, those are some events that I may be missing, but I'll be attending some other ones. So you'll see the Raider, you'll see Ultimate Raider at some other events. He'll be around. So
no, dude, I think that's important. Like I said, that was one of the biggest takeaways that I had from last year was, I'm all in, all in. Raiders, 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 Raiders. Running the channel, setting up interviews, writing some scripts, doing graphic art, everything I gotta do to get this channel up and going, man. And it started to not get fun, for a little while. But Joker Raider said, "Hey, man, put your family first." So I took a step back, reset, and now here I am. I'm putting my family first, and now the Raider Nation family. I can put right behind my daughter, and have fun, dude. Have fun sharing stories and have fun, being a family, dude. So I appreciate what you're doing, man. I think that was cool. When we talked earlier, I wanted to talk about that on the show because I can really respect that.
I appreciate that. And like I said, my daughter had a Raider party for her, and everybody asks me, was that your plan? And was that your idea? And I was like, no, it's my little daughter, my 5-year-old at that point said, Dad, for my 6th birthday, I want to have a Raider party. At that point, like I said, with my family, the more I take them out, sometimes it's better my wife travel alone. My wife Jenny, that's my Facebook account, Marky Jenny Gutierrez. But my wife is my partner out there, and sometimes the kids have to go to school and they've got their schedules that they need to stick to. So when I get a chance to take them out, they're excited as I am. So when they see like the Violator, or they see Joker Raider, so like I said, the more she's been meeting more. And this is it's an honor for my family to be hanging out with these legend super fans. But she's becoming real attracted to it. So, and it was her choice. Like, Dad, I want to have her on my 6th birthday. I want to have a Raider party. So I was like, great. Let me call some people up. So
hey, congratulations, right? Raising them right. And you've done that,
Yeah.
So.
And I appreciate everybody that showed up, and appreciate again. I did a post, and I appreciate everybody that's hearing that as a friend or any Raider family friend. Yeah, thank you a lot for your happy birthday. So it's great.
Cool, man. Hey, and so we are gonna see each other, right? At a couple of events coming up. The first one is gonna be the Matanza, man. I'm excited to get to New Mexico. I went there when I was a kid, man. It's a beautiful state. I want to get there and hang out with Sammy, and then I'm gonna see you and Hell Raider and Mad Max and the AZ, hopefully the AZ Raiderettes and Double G and everybody. Raider Droopies wants to come, man. So I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and me and Gray Raider are taking a road trip up there, and hopefully Dark Phoenix shows up too. So I'm excited, man. How you feeling about the Matanza?
Matanzas, I'm ready. I know Sammy. I met Sammy in the last RFC. A really cool guy. Even after the get together there, we went to the after party, and even after the after party, just taking off our gear and just being relaxed was just great to see these New Mexico, Albuquerque, Raider Nation out there. Now Black Hole chapter, but seeing them all relax and chill. But yeah, I as soon as I found out the Matanza was going on, I heard that there was a few tickets left, and before they sold out, I reached out to Sammy. I said, "Hey, I'm coming." So I said, "I know Mad Max and Hell Raider's gonna be there, so I've got to show up, especially to support my boys too, my Black Hole family chapters out there." So yeah, it's gonna be great. I like the post that they send out, how they do it. It's kind of like it's kind of like something I usually do on when our families get together. Is we just do this big old cookout. So
yeah,
it's gonna be. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. Yeah, a big cookout, right? I mean, it sounds like a tailgate, in New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico, Albuquerque. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's gonna be great. I haven't met Gray Raiders, so that's gonna be awesome to hang out with him. Papa Raiders should be would be attending.
Oh yeah, and they're introducing I think Raiderette Wednesday, right?
Right. Yep. new introduction. Riddler is going to be there.
Yeah.
Penguin. Yeah, Penguin. Like I said,
Raider Quinn.
Quinn. Yeah, and then Donnie. Donnie will be there. Discovery. Yeah, he'll be there. And I'm working right now on something too. Right when you call me too, before Polo called me too, I got these leather vests that I want to sport out there, so I'm putting on patches and shit going on. So
I'm jealous, man. I gotta get a leather vest, man. I got a bunch of patches,
get a little Montanza feel, look a little, warrior out there for sure.
You gotta look cool, right? You gotta look cool, man, at all times.
Yeah. And I got that patch he gave me too, and he handed it to me. So I was like, he's the Ansley patch. So
Ainsley. I got one of the original ones, man. She's a trooper, and I was talking to Donnie for like 45 minutes, man, hearing his story, dude. That's a tough guy to sit there and face the adversity with his daughter like that, that's a great story. And that patch it's right here, you know what I mean? It's right here, Raider Nation. So that patch means something, y'all. So make sure you get out there and support the Raider Nation when they're raising money for to battle cancer or for the homeless or for backpack drives. Because, man, the Raider Nation does it right, man. We care about each other. When we say we're family, we mean it. So get there and support the Raider Nation, y'all. It's not just about a football team, man. It's about we're a fan base. We're the ones that pay the football team essentially. So when we can do things for our community, we have to do those things, man. Positive things,
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. So a minute ago, you were talking about the RFC, man. So I'm trying to go there also. Tell me what to expect at the RFC in Arizona.
Well, Mike Summers runs it, so I haven't had a bad event. They're all great. I mean, it's all Raider Nation family coming together. I mean, you got the vendors, that will have like awesome pieces that it's hard to come around. I'm actually waiting for it because Mari Prado, who does the necklaces and stuff, she's got some dope gear. So and I'm and they customize the necklaces. So anybody out there that wants a nice necklace done, Raider blinged out or whatever, she does some good necklaces and bling for the women too, for the Raiderette. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to get something from her this time. Last time I talked to her, we were talking about maybe making me an Ultimate Warrior kind of necklace. So we're working on that right now. So.
Man,
but yeah,
I'm trying to work with Bling Nation right now to bring the Raider Homer Shield bling necklace out, man. I think that would look cool, So yeah, the Bling Nation, dude. I mean, just wearing bling, dude. That's part of being that's part of that Oakland flavor, If you got to see that, man, you're lucky, And I'd love to keep that alive as much as possible. I didn't get to see it as much, but man, when I saw it, I was fired up,
Yeah, like I said, yeah, these and we're supporting people that are making a profit, with selling good stuff. So this stuff isn't, it's real good quality stuff. And when you say Bling Nation, there's only one. So it's like and you're never gonna you're gonna be satisfied with the product. So and same thing with Mario Prado. Other than vendors, there's usually there's some guest Hall of Famers. I really haven't seen the flyer, so I'm kind of not sure who's going to be at the event. But it's just, last time I was there, Arizona Raider Nation was there. The Malosos were there. The Raider Nation Wrecking Crew was there. And so, all the clubs that can make it, they show up. And when we show up, I mean, like last time I was there, just walking into the parking lot, everybody had flags on their vehicles and logos all on the cars. You knew right when you drove in there, you were hitting a Raider club. So it was pretty awesome. Some sick rides out there too. I mean, there's just people that we want to go out there and represent to the fullest when we show up together as a big event. So music is usually for dub. They're usually at the RFCs and them Raider boys. I know since they'll be in Phoenix, a young B will be there too. So Also diehard Raider clubs. I mean, yeah, it's just like I said, it's a time for when you're in Arizona and you're around that day, just show up. I mean, you're not going to get anything better than being with Raider Nation family. It's definitely going to be awesome for sure.
Amen to that, man. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my first RC. I was trying to go last year, but I couldn't make the trip up to New York. So I'm excited to get there this year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The more, it seems like now I feel comfortable now. Before Raider Homer, like, man, this guy's, does a radio talk show and all this. But then I got to meet you, and we got to talk. Now I feel like you're like my cousin from Texas, So, yeah. But we're Raider brothers for sure. But I'm just saying, just like thinking about, hey, this is my primo.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, like I told you, dude, it's just talking. It took me a while to get used to talking a lot. Because I'm from my perspective, I'm sitting here talking into a camera and a microphone in front of a computer, man. So it's really strange for me. But once you start to settle in and know that you're talking to somebody that you met before, it just turns into fun, And you get to get the message out, man. Because like I said, supporting the Raider Nation is important, especially because we do so much in the charities and outside in the communities, man. But it's there is no off season in the Raider Nation. You don't just go away for a little bit, or for a long time. You get to see each other, every every 6 weeks or so, depending on how many events are coming up through the off season, and that's special, and it's like I've heard a lot. You don't make profits. People are just selling to kind of elevate the game experience, and share their creative side. You know what I mean? And because all the money, Joker was telling me, you don't make money. You just kind of recoup what you spent on the team.
Yeah,
and that's
and
about
they keep
it.
investing into making sure that product keeps coming out. Because somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, I want one of those," and yeah, that's what I'm saying. I kind of give shout outs, and I want to make sure and give them to the right people, and those that I know that have the product. Say, hey, these clubs are awesome. This is people, Bling Nation, everybody's awesome. His name, Grumpy Vending. He makes great products too. I mean, he's made my jerseys. I bought custom stuff from him, so. So yeah, Grumpy's Vending. He's from New Mexico too, so he may be there at the Montanza too. So that'd be awesome to meet him too.
So I think the first time you were on this channel was the same episode that we talked to Baja Raider Juan. But you told me today that you're going to the TBH Rosarita, right? Or Rosarita?
Yeah, that day, that last year, I wanted to, but it was just going to be impossible because I think the weekend after was the Raider Nation explosion. So it was like, yeah, that's just was getting kind of tight. But this year, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know Big Mac was there for his performance. Mike D. Chill too. I mean, looking at the footage from last year, it was pretty awesome. Me and Hell Raider kind of talked. We're looking to make it this year. So, Hell Raider, like I said, the Black Hole Phoenix chapter. Hell Raider is the one that got me involved into this. Before, when I was Ultimate Raider, I was just Ultimate Raider. But when it came to like the get together, Hell Raider, like I would say I give him most respect because he did grab me by the hand and say, "Hey, we're gonna take pictures with these kids because they want us to take pictures together." I'm like, okay, so and he's been a mentor ever since. So it's great. I realized he lives in the same state because for a moment there I thought he was he lived in California until I found out he lived really close by. He's probably about an hour and a half away, but he's been a great mentor, and I wanted to make sure I give a shout out to him. But yeah, the more that we hang out more, now that we're in the same Black Holes Phoenix chapter, the more we've been planning trips and events together. So like I said, we'll be in Montanza, and then we'll be in Rosarito. So, and that's another thing too, because I've been wanting to meet Raider Azteca too. And I think that'd be the great time to catch up with him is out there for the Rosarito. On top of that, it's a get together in Mexico, so right there in Baja California. So they got the beach. They're gonna have events there. I think they do like a fishing on Friday, and on Saturday they do like a course, track and field course, some type of course there on the sand, volleyball, I guess, too, and then the party starts. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. That's gonna be like my vacation right there, because
Nice.
I'll be out, drinking some beer on the sand, out in the ocean.
Well, all that work you putting in, being a family man, dude, you deserve that vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's gonna be my time to chill for sure. But to catch up with some people I've been wanting to meet as well. So no, yeah, Rosarito is gonna be the major one for me for sure this year.
All right, well, cool, man. Safe travels there, dude. But before I let you go, man, tell the Raider Nation how to find you on social media.
You can find me at Mark Jenny, Mark Y. Jenny Gutierrez on Facebook. I don't have an Instagram, but yeah. Other than that, the Black Hole. Definitely, you can go to our website, the Black Hole Phoenix chapter. We have our page there, so you can definitely write a comment in or post anything that's definitely showing love, or any events that you guys want to post. I know that it's already been up and running for a year now, so definitely Facebook or definitely Facebook for sure.
All right, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call in, dude, and coming on and sharing what you've been up to since we last talked, man.
Yeah, it's great. For a moment there, I was like, maybe Raider Homer don't want me on the radio no more.
No.
Yeah.
Bro,
No,
it's
but it
so
was great.
hard to
It was
schedule
great.
everything, put everything together. Just be patient, brother. I always want to get people back on. It's just a matter of figuring it all out. Man, you make my heart hurt now, brother. Oh.
No, I was just messing. No, but I was glad to be part one of the Black Hole the Superfan show. So that was great. I started it off. So I'm glad I was chapter 1, volume 1. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
No problem. Hey, and you will be back on. I promise. All right? I promise.
I got you. No problem. I'll be seeing you around too. So we've got a lot of catching up, beers to drink together.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. Doe! Yeah. Doe! Now, we don't want those moments. We don't want those dough moments. I've had a few of those last year, man. We want to get away from those.
I'll be like, Homer, are you drinking my beer? Dough!
Oh, man. All right, brother. I got to let you go. I got to get to the next call. We got to get to the phone blitz. Hey, make sure you share the video, all right? Make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate it.
I will. Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
You too. A good night, Raider Nation, from Ultimate Raider. Good night. Bye.
Well, there you have it, Raider Nation. Ultimate Raider, man. That guy is a genuinely good guy, good family man. That's why he's a good super fan. So get there, find him on social media, show him some love, get to the events, take a picture with them. It's all about having fun, man. It's all about having fun. All right, so, Monday Nights Live, right? It's not Monday Night Football, but it's Monday Nights Live. We got, instead of 4 quarters, we got 4 callers, right? So that's 2 callers that we've had tonight. So now we're going to go into our little halftime show, which is the Raider Homer Phone Blitz. And we only have a few calls, but we got some calls. So I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and hear from the Raider Nation.
Hey, Raider Homer, this is Houston Raider Steve. Yeah, I've been looking at the draft and everything, and it looks like obviously Simmons is going to be going. He's going to be one of the great players, and So I guess we got to look at C.D. Lamb out of Oklahoma. And I heard this guy, Rudd, R-U-D-D, is supposed to be really good. I believe he's a receiver too. Murphy got a motor, linebacker from Oklahoma as well, from Elkins High School in Houston. Lamb's from Opelousas, Louisiana. He's just a playmaker. Maybe he's a Sammy Watkins type. But obviously, I think our most pressing need is wide receiver. We got to get Derek Carr some weapons. No, I don't think Brady's going to be going anywhere. I think he's going to be going back to New England, the Tree Rats, as we call them. He's just trying to drive the price up, so he can get more money out of the Patriots because he's been taking a hometown discount while they rebuild the team. But he hasn't gotten the receivers in the past 2 years, really. He's only got Edelman. And of course, when Gronk left, that was a big hole also. This guy Queen might be an outside shot. I think he's from LSU. There's just some really great players out there, Clemson's putting out some great ones. LSU's putting out some great ones. Alabama's putting out some great ones. And, man, me being from Ohio, I wish we'd get that guy that's holding out, that defensive end, but he's going to be long gone. I can't see the Raiders moving Derek Carr to get a, top 2 pick to try to get one of the quarterbacks. I think they're going to stick with Carr. But they obviously need to go out and draft a quarterback in this draft. They need to get looks like Carl Joseph might be coming back. Being a Houstonian, I sure as hell hope we keep, I hope Washington comes back. And I was kind of wondering why last year Gruden didn't use him more in his offense. I think he's a really good player. We all like Richard, but I like Washington as well. But I think he might be gone. That's my take for this week. And go Raiders. And got a great show. And I'll be representing your channel by wearing those patches. God bless and have a good night. Go Raiders. We're back. Raiders.
Hey, this is Mad Max with the Loyalty Crew family. We'll be doing a show coming out on the Raider Homer show. That will be the Mad Max Road Warriors show, so pay attention and check it out. We will be April in the draft, getting interviews and all that. I would appreciate it if you tune in to the Raider Homer channel for more information. All right, family. Much love. Aloha.
Hey there, Homer. Edward Winchell. How you doing, buddy? Feeling a little better, so I wanted to touch base and call in your show and say hi. Hope you're doing well, brother. And keep in touch. I'm listening to your show. It's great. I used to open Rosarita Beach 50 years ago. Been there every year since. It's amazing. Talk to you later, buddy. Bye-bye.
Hey, are you a Raider fan? Are you? Question mark. We are, and we love the Raider Nation. We love the Raider Nation so much that we love to throw parties and events and reunions for the Raider Nation, and it's called the Raiders Fan Convention. That's right. We have parties and we have gatherings for you and all our Raider Nation family. Have you attended yet? Do you know where they're at? Well, there's one great way to find out. Download the Raiders Fan Convention app. It will have the listing of events. It will have Raider music on it. It is a great app to keep you in the loop, keep you hanging out. So what happens at a Raiders Fan Convention? Well, we bring in Raider legends, sign autographs. We have vendors with all your favorite merchandise. That's stuff you've got to have. We've got live entertainment, performers singing Raider music, DJ. We got special events for the kids, raffles, contests. There's food and alcohol available. Sound fun? It is. It's so fun. As a matter of fact, if you want to know, download the app or go to the website, www.raidersfanconvention.com. You can find us on Facebook, same thing, Raiders Fan Convention. Find the event page, find the business page. Get in the loop, get in the mix, come see us all. All your super fans, friends are there. Take photos, have a great time reunion with your favorite family, the Raider Nation. One team, one nation, one group of fans, one family. So download check the website, find the events, come attend, have a great time, spread the word to your friends and family, and go Raiders.
All right, Raider Nation, we're back. Hey, thank you, Home Blitzers, for calling in. Steve, it's always great to hear you. Your patch is in the mail. Thank you for getting me on the field in Oakland, man, for the flag unfurling. Thank you so much, dude. Your patch is in the mail. I really appreciate it. Edward, it's good to hear you for the first time on the channel. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Leave that voicemail and throw out some opinions, shout-outs, whatever you're on. All right, that's what it's for, the Raider Homer Phone Blitz. Mad Max, man, good to hear from you too, brother. Make sure y'all support Mad Max on the Mad Max Road Warrior Show. That's going to be fun. We're going to do some things out there when I'm broadcasting live from the events that Mad Max and I are going to be at. All right. So, man, I got the Mob Boss on for y'all tonight. I'm pretty sure some of y'all saw that live video that he did last night. You know, so if you signed up, ladies, you're about to get drunk. So, hey, whatever. We're going to get him on the line right now. Here we go. All right, Raider Nation, I got him on the line. The Mob Boss. Out there working hard, that Gruden Grinder type Mob Boss. You know, he's a boss for sure. All right, so go ahead, my boss. What you got to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say what's up to all you guys that are tuning in to the Homer Show, man. I know he appreciates it. He puts out a lot of good information about what's going on in the Raider Nation, and I just really appreciate him for always having me on and talking to me and being such a great friend. So you guys share his page, share his YouTube, all that, man. Get your friends on board with the Homer Show, because that's where you're going to get a lot of your information. And most of the time that information is firsthand, because Homer's on the line with those folks. And so you're getting firsthand information. So make sure you share the Raider Homer page with all your friends and your family and all that Raider Nation folks that are out there. All right, Homer, let's get into this business, man. Let's get into it.
Ooh, man. Hey, man, thanks for coming on the channel, dude. It's always a pleasure to have you, man. I got to talk fast. Got to keep up with you, right?
Yeah, man, it takes a lot to keep up with me, but you're always there, man. You're always there, man. I always get a message from you. I always get some encouragement from you, a text message, phone call, or whatever it is, an inbox, man. You're great people, man. Great family to have it in the circle, bro. So anytime you need me for anything, you got the Mob Boss for sure.
Man, I appreciate it. All right, so here we are, right, talking about all the events that are coming up in this off season, man. And there's going to be a couple events that we're both going to be at. First, it's going to be
Yes,
at the TNBC Third Annual Bash in June, and then we're going to be at the Raider Nation Explosion in July, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that Raider Nation Explosion and the Third Annual Bash. But before we get into those, are you going to be at the draft?
I will be at the draft. I'm me and also a few other KOS members. We're all going to head down to the draft, so I'll be there all weekend. You could catch me at probably all the different events that are going to be going on. I'm going to have a very, very busy schedule out there for that weekend, but the boss will be there. You know, where else would I be other than be in Vegas for the draft? I mean, if you ain't had made plans to get down there, that is going to be the place to be. It's going to be a big opening event to welcome the Raiders into the city. So telling you, Raider Nation, try to get your plans, make your plans, and try to get down there for the draft. It's going to be something special.
Yeah, I'm booked already. I'm going to be broadcasting from there. I don't care if I have to. There's those, you can get some straps, right, to strap a computer case on you. If I have to sit there and walk around with my laptop strapped to me and broadcast, man, that's what I'm going to do, dude. But I want
You
to
might have
broadcast.
to, because there is so much that's going to happen, Homer. You've seen all the itineraries that are going around, so you know how much is going to happen. You're going to have to be mobile, man. So you might have to get that strap and put that laptop on your back, man, and keep it moving.
That's what I'm going to do, man. I even got a wireless mic, man. I'm going. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay at the same hotel with Sammy, dude. So I'm going to work on like a documentary type thing with Sammy, you know, like a day in the life of Raider Penguin type thing, you know. So
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That's going to be amazing, man.
yeah, I'm looking to get more and more, you know, in depth like footage of people that are working hard for the Raider Nation, man. So I'm excited about the draft.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be a big thing, man. So you guys that ain't made your plans yet, you better start making your plans, because that's where the nation is gonna be, and we're gonna show out. Since Vegas wanted to have us there, we're gonna show them how the Raiders do it, man. We're gonna come in full force, full gear, and we're gonna rock it out there in Vegas, man.
What are the other fan bases gonna do? What are they gonna be able to?
That is, a very interesting question, because of the fact of I have friends who also have personas for their different teams. Because I don't like using that word super fan, but they have personas for their own different team, and I've been friends with a lot of these guys for years, and they are seeing all of the different things that the Raiders are doing, itinerary-wise, event-wise, all the different things that are being planned, and there's nothing really planned for all of these other teams. And so a couple of these guys, you probably won't see them. Maybe some will, maybe some won't, but a few of them might be, traveling around Vegas with me. So, if you see a guy with me and he's not necessarily in Raider gear, but something seems a little weird, it's probably another fan from another team who is coming out to enjoy the events, because people enjoy what we do. They like to see how the Raiders party, and no other team does it the way we do it. So we're gonna be getting some weekend bandwagon fans hanging out with us from other teams, because they don't have functions that are going to be going on for their specific team. So they're going to be tagging along with a lot of the Raiders and Raider fans going to the different events and things like that. So you may see some other so-called personas from other teams dressed up, and they're at Raider events. Don't give them a hard time. They're good people. They're just out trying to have a good. Yeah, they're just out having a good time. Now, if it's a Bronco fan, man, I don't know. I'm not bringing no Broncos fans nowhere with me. I'm not bringing no Kansas City fans nowhere with me.
That's right.
But everybody else, give them a little break, man. They just want to be around where all the good things are happening and all the fun's happening. Like I said, no other team is doing it down there in Vegas like we are. You won't see events planned for very many other teams and things like that. But of course, there'll be fans from all over the NFL that'll be down there that weekend. So you'll see a lot of everybody. So yeah, I don't know what the hell they're going to do other than the ones that are going to hang out with us.
They're just gonna have to walk around us. That's what they're gonna have to do.
Yeah, they're gonna have to walk around us, and there's gonna be a lot of us. I tell you that. We're gonna take over that city like you wouldn't believe.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mr. Greenleaf, he's saying, "What's up, my boss?"
Oh, what's up, man? That's my brother right there, Mr. Greenleaf, man. I cannot wait to have Greenleaf and Aaron, man, Raider Mystic. They're coming back again to bless us at the Raider Nation Explosion 2. They are going to be live on stage again. They have promised us some new music that apparently nobody has heard before, and you're going to catch it the first time at the Raider Nation Explosion 2. So I really appreciate them, brothers. I love them dearly. Even outside of all the Raider stuff, man, me and these gentlemen have good friendship relationships, and I just really, really appreciate them, and I love them, and I can't wait to get back with them. I'll see them in a couple weeks at another event, but, I can't wait to have them back on the stage, man. Big shout out to Greenleaf.
Yeah, man, I remember I put that video on of the tribute to the Violator and Gorilla Rilla from Raider Nation Explosion 1, man. That was pretty cool. They were performing their songs, their tribute songs to both of those super fans, and that was a great ceremony, man. So I'm looking forward to the Raider Nation Explosion 2.
Oh, yeah. We got some big stuff planned, just like we did last year. We're just going to keep that thing rolling and keep it fun for the fans. This is one of the, I won't say the only, but this is one of the main events that is put on by the fans. It's planned by the fans. It's put on by the fans. So we truly took the input from fans, what they liked, what they didn't like from last year, and so on and so forth, because we want to give you guys exactly what you want, entertainment-wise, event-wise, and all these different things to make sure that we give you guys something fun to come to, so that way every year you'll want to come back. Every single year you want to come back. We want that event to be the event on your calendar that you say, I just can't miss. And so we take all the input from all the fans out there that give us feedback, and let us know what's good, what's not good, what they like, what they don't like. And we're taking all that input and putting it together to give you guys a special event.
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. And I saw your live video the other day, dude. I saw that you're giving away unlimited margaritas to the first 50 Raiderettes that bought tickets from that live broadcast, man.
You
better have
man.
a lot of tequila and margarita mix, bro.
Dude. Okay, when we came up with this whole concept, right? We said we got to do something for these Raiderettes. We got to do something for the Raiderettes. They always come out. They come out, a lot of times the Raiderettes support bigger than the fellas do, but, but they're always there. They're always dressed nice. They're always looking good. They take care of us brothers out there, so we had to do something for the Raiderettes. So last night I did go live on a broadcast last night, and I said the first 50 Raiderettes that buy a $10 pre-sale ticket from me will get backstage pass, a VIP bracelet that would give them access to backstage to all the performers. They'll get unlimited, what now Tone is calling the Mob Boss margaritas. So I'm loving that. I got my own drink now, so I'm good with that. Right. So you'll get unlimited Mob Boss margaritas all day, and you'll also get your name put in a drawing for a commemorative bottle of champagne that you'll receive that day. I'll do the drawing the day of the event. So, man, not thinking, I kind of thought that would be a good promotion, but, man, you wouldn't believe the response I got last night. I did the promotion I believe I went on live at between 7 and 8 o'clock last night. I was up to over 1 o'clock last night answering questions and selling tickets to our Raiderettes. Man, that list filled up so quickly. I got up this morning.
What was Black Eye saying? Was she over your shoulder, man? What's going on here?
Man, she was. It was a good thing she knew about this beforehand, man. It was a good thing she knew beforehand, because when all of these women started hitting my inbox last night, she is like, "What's going on?" And and Black Ice is pretty much my secretary as well. So I said, "Look, you need to help me answer some of this stuff so we can, get this stuff done." So me and Black Ice were up last night till about 1 o'clock answering ticket requests and so on and so forth. Even this morning I got up and there was about 20 other messages in my inbox from this morning. So we filled the 50 spots. Raider Tone, I'm not sure if he filled 50 spots because he obviously, when he seen how well mine was going, he jumps on live right after and he offered the same deal to 50 other Raiderettes. So
hit me up too.
Yeah. So he was like, man, my boss ain't gonna outdo me. So he does the same thing. So that he might still have some room on his VIP list. Mine is filled to the brim. I even added a couple extra that I probably shouldn't have, but oh well, it's the mob boss. I could do that, right? But This is what I'm gonna do for you, Raider Homer. This is what I'm gonna do for you. The next, after I get off of this broadcast with Raider Homer, the next 5 Raiderettes that hit me in an inbox on Instagram or Facebook, at Raider Mob Boss on Facebook or, Raider Mob Boss on Instagram, and you purchase a ticket tonight, that first 5 after this broadcast, you purchase a ticket tonight, and I will get you a wristband and get you in on this margarita deal and the VIP backstage pass. So that's special for Raider Homer because he always supports me. My list was only supposed to be at 50, but I'm going to open it up to 5 extra ladies just for the Raider Homer show. So after you guys get done listening to Raider Homer or after I get done talking and he goes on to the next person, start hitting me up. And the first 5 that I get, I'll get you hooked up with the same wristband access, unlimited Mob Boss margaritas, and put your name in the drawing for the commemorative champagne bottle. All right, just for Raider Homer.
I appreciate it, man. So I might be hearing from Raider Tone later on too, then, huh? Because he might want to double up or get 5 more.
Yeah,
right?
I know him. He's probably gonna double up because he's like, man, I'm not letting my boss outshine me, And I'm like, dude, it's all going in the same pot. It's all for the same thing. He's like, nah, forget that. If you're gonna hook him up, I'm hooking up people too. So yeah, you might get him on and he might double up on the same thing, man. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, this time when I go to the Raider Nation Explosion, I'm going to take you up on that lockbox for my keys, all right?
Definitely, man. We'll take care of you. We want to make sure everybody that's traveling into the event, coming from out of town, all those different things, man, if you need somewhere to lock up your stuff or your keys or whatever, your hotel room keys, get with Raider Tone or get with the Mob Boss. We'll put your stuff somewhere secure. Make sure you get it so that you don't lose it at the event and you're not stranded out in California and can't get home. All right. So
yeah,
so we definitely got. I know y'all love Cali, but you got to go home at some point. So if you need something, just get with one of us, one of the promoters. You got Raider Pedro Hernandez, Mike Mejia, or myself, or Tone, Raider Tone. Get with one of us and we'll take care of your stuff or whatever it is that you guys need to secure while you're there so that you can enjoy the event and you don't have to worry about, losing your keys or anything else. All right. We'll make sure we take care of everybody.
Cool. So earlier, man, last year, I guess I should say, you were in Houston, man, and you were wearing the cowboy hat and all that. Well, there's big news coming out. You're going to host TNBC's 3rd annual bash. Are you bringing the cowboy hat?
I definitely am bringing the cowboy hat out again. When I was down in Houston, I got some time to spend with Oso Raider, and we talked a lot, and we shared a few Modelos, and, man, we really talked to he's a great guy. And he asked me at that time, he says, hey, man, I want to get back with you a little bit later on because I want you to come out and host this 3rd annual event for us, the 3rd annual bash for us. And I said, oh, yeah, man, I'd love to do it, And at the time, we had been drinking a few Modelos, so I thought he was just kind of, yanking my chain or whatever. But a few weeks back or about a month ago or so, he called me and doubled down. He said, hey, man, do you remember when I talked to you? Are you still interested? Because I really want to have you there. And I said, for sure, man, I was just waiting on you to give me the okay, and I'm going to work it out. So thank you to Oso Raider and the TNBC Nation, Texas Raiders out there for showing the Mob Boss some love and inviting me down to host your event. I'm extremely excited to get back to Texas again and host this event for you guys. I know it's going to be fun. I'm going to bring that Mob Boss energy. I'm going to get it hyped. all the way from Cali back to Texas just for y'all, man. So if you're anywhere in the Arlington, Texas area during June the 20th, please get down to Arlington, Texas. Get to this event. It's going to be something special. And I just can't wait to do it, man. I'm excited that Homer's going to be there as well. He's going to be broadcasting from there. I can't wait to get back with some of my TNBC family members that I haven't seen in a while. It's just going to be an amazing event, man, and I'm ready to come and turn it out for you guys, man. My boss is going to bring the energy. I'm bringing the cowboy hat, the boots, the whole nine, man. So I'm gonna be ready for you, Texas folks, man. I'm coming.
Yada.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You come do it Texas mob boss style, you know.
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. That's cool. You know, and I want to do some things differently with this broadcast, and I need your help, man, because. Well, we can. I got a wireless microphone, so you know you could carry the microphone to a certain extent away from my computer and interview people, or we could hook you up to my phone or your phone and I call you on Skype, and you would be able to go around the party, and it would show through the broadcast. So there's some ideas I got, man. I would love to get your help with.
Oh, brother, you know, like I said, anytime, anything you need me to do, man, you got me 100%. So if you want me to roam around with a mic, I'll roam around with a mic. However you want me to do it, man, I'll make sure the broadcast is the best it can be, because I want everybody to see just what Texas is all about and what Texas is doing, because it's an amazing thing to be able to go to another state and see Raider fans just as passionate, just as excited as those fans that are over here on the West Coast. So, man, yeah, anything you need to do, and we want to make sure that the whole Raider Nation sees what's going on. If they can't get there, you could tune into the Raider Homer Show, and you can see what's going on. If you can't get there, you can still be a part one way or another. So, yeah, definitely, man, I'm ready for that.
Well, cool, man. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, right? Get there to the event, right? Don't be lazy. Get on the road. Enjoy yourself. Catch a friend. Y'all go together, right? Enjoy the Raider Nation in person. But if you cannot make it, I'm going to bring it to you, Raider Nation. I want you to see what we do down here in Texas, man, because we do a lot. There's a lot of Raider players from Texas. There's a lot of Raider fans from Texas. So we're going to show you how we do it in Texas.
Yeah, there it is. I'm ready, man. I can't wait to get there, bro.
Likewise, and I can't wait to get here too, man. But all right, hey, so what has KOS been up to since we last talked, man?
Okay, so KOS, Knights of the Shield. As most of you guys know, I am the vice president of the Knights of the Shield, Chapter 209, the Merced chapter, where Pete Hernandez is the president of that chapter, and we have been, man, always busy. My boss has his own schedule, but Kevin, as the KOS vice president, has another schedule that Pete holds me to very strictly. So we just got done doing a feeding of the less fortunate, where we did, rolled burritos, breakfast burritos. We went out at probably, 6 o'clock in the morning in the freezing cold, and we went under bridges. We went, behind buildings, everywhere that we knew there was homeless people in our area that congregate in certain areas. We were there to feed those folks and make sure they had breakfasts. We had, bags of dog food for their pets and so on and so forth, man. And it really touches my heart that this group, not just this group, but all the other groups, KOS as a whole, but my group in particular, because, I'm a little partial to my 209 crew, but, I love them all, but I love my crew. They're really, really dedicated to the vision that Pete and myself have for what we want to do within our community. And it's just amazing. And we met a family out there, and the first thing that she jumps out of her tent or whatever it was, and she says, "Oh my gosh, the Raiders are back!"
Boom.
And she said, and she says, "I seen you guys were here a couple months back, and then I seen you guys last year." She's moved around to several different homeless encampments, and she said, "Every time I get somewhere, you guys always show up with a hot meal." And that was the most touching thing, that we all thought we all were going to burst out in tears. And because I don't remember a lot of faces, because we go do this so much. We try to do a homeless feeding or a less fortunate feeding every other month. So we do it quite a bit, and we've been active for over 4 years now. So we've done this quite a bit. So I don't get to remember a lot of faces. And so for this woman to stand up and say, the Raiders are back, she doesn't necessarily know the Knights of the Shield, but she knows that we all come out in that Raider gear every time we come. And she said, the Raiders are back. And she started going from tent to tent and waking people up and saying, you guys need to get up. They're here to feed us. They're here to feed us. And these folks were so appreciative of our little small effort, to us, there's so much homelessness in the world. There's so much less fortunate folks in the world. The small things that we do, obviously is just a drop in the bucket. It's just a drop in the bucket to the world's problem. But it's really, really great to know that at least in our small community that we're making a difference and people do notice. We've gotten a few citations from the city for our work. A lot of times the police tend to harass folks that go out and try to provide for the less fortunate. But when they see us and they see the Raiders flags and they see the 209 vests and things like, they just kind of drive by and wave their hands and say, great job. They don't run us off. They let us do what we need to do because they respect what we're doing. And so I just really, really appreciate KOS 209 and the positive things that they're doing. We got some other things coming up. We're planning for Easter is coming. We'll have our annual Easter event, Easter picnic. We're going to also incorporate a meet and greet with that Easter picnic so we can reach out to the community. If there's some other Raider fans out there who may know what we do as KOS or they've heard of us and they haven't had an opportunity to hang out with us, find out really what we're about, and maybe even possibly join us, that'll be the day for that. You guys will start seeing the flyers and so on and so forth on Facebook and those different things here coming out pretty quick. So there's a lot coming up for KOS 209. KOS 209 is also going to be traveling down May the 30th to Santa Maria to support Polo and the Black Hole Chapter Santa Maria.
I'll see you there too, brother.
Yeah. So we'll all be down there for that parade and the meet and greet there. So KOS is busy, man. KOS is always it's a moving organism. I call it an organism because it's always moving. It's always expanding, getting bigger. And, as organisms touch something, it just sucks it into itself and then makes it bigger. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to get out in the community and touch somebody and suck them into what we're doing and make them a part. And, because the more we do to support our communities, the better off. And what other better way to support your community than to do it with a bunch of people who love the same things that you love, like we all love the Raiders, and be able to show a different side of what Raider fans are. Because, like I say, a lot of times Raider fans get a bad name, get a bad rap. We're just, thugs that drink beer and cause trouble. But, there's groups like KOS that are out there, and they're really working hard in the community to try to make a good presence and show that Raider fans are more than just, screaming and yelling and face paint and swords and shields and all this kind of stuff. We're great people behind those masks, behind that paint, behind all that stuff. There's a lot of great-hearted people back there, and we're out here just trying to prove it to them, man. So anybody that's in the 209 area, all the way from Stockton all the way down to Merced, if you're interested in KOS 209, you can reach out to Pedro Hernandez. You can reach out to myself or Tina Hernandez or even Black Ice, and we'll get some information out to you and try to get you a part of this absolutely amazing group of Raider fans. And you can help us do some amazing things in the community, and more to follow, man. So get on KOS, get on that, man.
Dude, I gotta say, man, that's exciting to hear. Remember, during the music was playing earlier when I was getting you on the phone, dude, and I was telling you I wanted to bring something up, and that's exactly what I want to bring up. the good work that you're doing, right? It's so here you are in my headphones right now talking about doing good, positive things, right? And you know how easy it is to become desensitized in this world, right? To where you just don't care. And so you have taught me a lot about doing good things, but I never understood what Wayne was saying when he was talking about planting seeds until the one day I just had this epiphany. I'm listening to people talking about doing good things, and I realized that I'm just being fed good, positive things, planting seeds, man. And so, again, here you are planting seeds, dude. So thank you and Wayne for helping me understand, what it means to be a member of the community and why it's important to reach out and try to do good things, dude. And we talked in Houston, dude, about, me going to the hospitals and taking pictures with kids and things like that, dude. And that's something that I'm really going to do. And it's because of people like you and Wayne, dude. So I thank you guys.
Man, no, like I said, that's what it's all about, man. Try to be an example. Just try to be that example, be that light. And despite of what people may say, because you get a lot of, well, they're only doing that because they want to be famous or they want people to see them doing that. You guys see a lot of stuff that maybe Mob Boss does or maybe KOS does, but there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things that Mob Boss does in the background that nobody even knows about. Because I don't do it for publicity. I do it because I care. And I do it because any one of us could be in a bad situation. Right. Any one of us could have a health problem and have to be laid up in a hospital where you don't know if you're going to make it to, another 24 hours. Either one of us could lose a job or miss a paycheck and now you're homeless or, something of that. It could happen to any one of us. So while we're in a position, we need to reach out. We need to do these things. It's almost like it's an obligation to do these things,
Yeah, I know.
Not to get too much into religion, but God places a lot of stuff on my heart. And I think because he places those things on my heart and I go out and pursue and try to do those things, he blesses me in another way. He blesses me with all the Raider love that I get. He blesses me with Oso Raider calling me and saying, "Hey, come down and do my event because I love the positive things that you do." So it's just something that you have to feel it. You have to know. And if you're from the community, you want your community to always do well and be in a good life. So why not step out a little bit and do a little extra and help, especially for guys like us who have these amazing platforms where you have, thousands of people watching and thousands of people listening. And, why wouldn't you take that opportunity to use that platform to do something positive and just make change, man. Make change, even if the change is little, even if it's small, even if nobody knows about it. You're going to feel good about it inside. And that's the important thing. When you walk away from whatever you've done, the feeling that you get, man, is just amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And so I just ask that all of you guys that see what not just KOS is doing, not just what Mob Boss is doing, but all of these different groups out there, Wayne and Rilla and all of these different people that are out there doing this stuff, take a little bit of that, what they're showing you, and try to incorporate it in your own life. Because there's always somebody that each one of us can touch. Each one of us can help. And if everybody was trying to be out there and do just one little good deed, maybe start with one good deed a week, whatever it is, but the change on the world, the impact on the world, if each one of us just took a couple of moments out their day, a little bit of time out their day, to do something positive for their own community, we could fix a lot of these problems that we're having across this country. And so if I could do anything, I just want to be an example, and hopefully that'll catch on like wildfire, and maybe somebody else will want to do what my boss is doing, just the way that I watched Violator and Rilla do it, and I said I want to do what they're doing because it's amazing. So each one teach one, right? So I'm hoping that somebody's learning from me and they jump in there and they do things in their community. And before long, you're going to hear ESPN talking about all of these amazing things that Raider fans are doing across the country, and they've never been able to talk about us that way. And so now I think the way things are going, eventually they're going to be like, damn, these Raider fans, man, they're out here. They're out here doing great things in communities across the country, and somebody's going to wake up and take notice, and we're going to change the image of the bad boy Raider fans. But don't get me wrong, when I get in that building and I get close to that field, I'm going to be that bad boy you're looking for and the one you talk about. Now, outside of there, you know, I still got to take care of my community, but when I go into that building, boy, I'm going to be that Raider fan you're talking about. That's the time you're going to see it. That's the time you're going to see it. That's the time you're going to see it. If you want to hear then, but outside of you know, the battle zone, game day, we need to be in our communities doing great things, man. And there's so many Raider fans across the country that we could make a major, major change in this country if Raider fans just jumped on board and did just a little bit.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that. Dude, I got to get to the next guest, man, but as always, man, those positive words in my ears, dude, I want to be that guy that takes the next step and do good things, man. Yeah, so I've talked about it in my past a little bit. I think, you know, some of the listeners know, but man, thank you for the kind words, dude, and thank you for coming on the show tonight, dude.
Man, anytime. You know you got me anytime you want me, bro. Much love to you. Much love to your viewers. You guys stay tuned in to Homer. He's always got good information for you to share. So stay in, pass it around, share it around, tell people about it, get people on Homer's channel. Spread his love, man, because he's out here doing some great things. And Homer, keep doing what you're doing, brother. You're headed in the right direction, and you're a very positive person. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about what people say in the background. We know how that goes, because anything that's successful will have enemies and haters. Just remember that. Yes, so just keep being positive and moving forward. And you know you got the 100% support of the boss at any time. So enjoy the rest of your show, man. Tell all the rest of the folks that are coming on tonight I said hello, and I'll see them soon, you know, at events or Vegas or wherever we're going to run into each other. But I'll see you guys all soon. Have a blessed night, and go Raiders.
Go Raiders. Hey, but tell the Raider Nation where to find you on social media.
Oh, definitely. You can find me on social media on Instagram at Raider_mob_boss, or you can find me on the Raider Mob Boss page on Facebook. Come check me out. I'm always on there with something. I've always got something on there to keep you entertained, keep you kind of what the Mob Boss is doing. So yeah, come follow me.
I know I do. So yeah.
Of course, the Homer does. You got to, man. We're family.
That's right, brother. That's right. All right, man. Well, have a good night at work. All right.
All right, brother. Thanks for the call, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, bro.
Bye.
There you have it, Raider Nation. That dude is an inspiration, man. Mob Boss puts in work, man. Always grinding. Gruden Grinder. Find him on Instagram. Find him on Facebook. So show your support, man. Get to the Raider Nation Explosion. You know, part 2, man. The first one was awesome, man. I met Wayne there. Mark was there. We just talked to the Ultimate Raider. Polo, he mentioned Polo was there. Hell Raider was there, dude. Captain Jack was there. We were talking about him earlier, dude. All the super fans showed up, man. They had a great tribute, and they got a lot going. M&M Productions, man, they're doing some good things. All right. So, we're running late now, and I apologize to Bull on the Road. So, let me go get him on the phone, man, because he's probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. All right, Raider Nation, here we go. Bull on the road of the infamous B Lot, man, aka Toro, right?
That's it. That's my nickname is Toro.
So there you go, y'all. If you never had a michelada, go look it up. This guy's gonna be around. Get a michelada. But before we get into all that, bro, we were talking earlier, and this is your first time on the channel, so I want the Raider Nation to get a little insight on where you come from. So you were telling me you were from Northern California, right?
Yeah, I live in Northern California. It's maybe it's between Santa Cruz and Monterey, about an hour and a half from Oakland. So it's going to be a little different, when those games are a little bit further away.
Well, you're still going to travel to them, right?
Yeah, the plan is I want to hit a couple games in Vegas, but I think some of us from Infamous were talking about doing a couple of away games, like maybe the Atlanta game, the Carolina game, and then probably picking another one. So yeah, I think next year I'm going to focus more on trying to enjoy, what an away game feels like. Just doing the whole traveling and spending time with the Raider Nation fans and other areas of the game, and then just kind of see how everything's, just party, how they party out there, how they keep that Raider mystique out there, how they keep that the whole image, that all of us really care about. And I'm sure, all the fans just keep it going 100% like we do over here.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, you are a season ticket holder, and now you're gonna be on the road, dude. So yeah, that's a nice little, idea. Go out on the
Yeah,
road,
and
visit
well,
the
that was
Raider Nation out there.
yeah. Now I've been a season ticket holder since they came back to Oakland in '95. So last season was just the end of a 25-year tradition. And if you didn't make it out to Oakland, you really missed out. I mean, so many people tried to make it out this last season, knowing that it was pretty sure, to be the last season. And infamous B-Lot crew and the rest of the guys and girls out there, they really, really did what they could to make sure everybody experienced that whole, silver and black feel, that home advantage being in Oakland, that open air stadium, all the history behind it, and we had a good time showing everybody around and how to have a good time, and met so many people from so many different countries also.
Yeah, man. Well, the Raider Nation is worldwide, man. So yeah, it's great to see all that. And then, yeah, the Oakland tradition is going to be missed, man. I was lucky enough to get there a couple of times. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of trips under my belt to Oakland, but I was glad I got to see it because I did get to see it. It was great. I did go to the B lot. I went to the C lot, the D lot. I mean, it was fantastic, man. It was something that I'll miss. I wish that I would have done more of traveling, to Oakland in my life, but I just couldn't. But it's good to
I
hear you
think one
see
thing that
that
was
you're ready.
surprising was
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, one thing I did notice this year, there was a lot of other teams fans, even teams that we weren't playing. We had Niner fans out there, we had Steeler fans out there, we had Bears fans, and just different teams that we weren't even playing at home that weekend. Just and the main thing they said, they wanted to experience that whole the Oakland Coliseum vibe, which it's not going to get carried over into Vegas. Vegas is itself, it's its own glitz and glamour and hotel parties and casino parties, but it's nothing's going to be like Oakland. I'm glad you got to experience it.
Yeah, I am too, man. It was very special to me, dude. I mean, like I said, I've said it in the past, man. I was I didn't understand. So I was a supporter of the Vegas move at the beginning because I didn't really understand, but then when I went there, man, it was something special. It was a unique thing to see, It reminded me of a Comic Con, just all the tents lined up, all the food going out, the people dressing up, dude, the camaraderie, all that, dude. I mean, it was something great to see. From what I've heard, there's not a lot of the other stadiums that are similar to that, at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and that's what we keep getting told from fans from other teams when they come over here. The majority they don't do it the way we do. And when I mean we, it's the Raider Nation, everybody together, because you go to the different lots and everybody's a little bit different, but they bring their own special like approach to it. Something that they're good at, like either cooking or drinks or
just the way they get all dressed up. I mean, it's just that aura is not going to be anywhere else, and not too many places can carry it over.
So you just mentioned earlier that you've been a season ticket holder since 1995, man. That's a long time, dude. So talk about some of the great memories that you have from all the games that you saw.
Gosh, I remember, and I think one of the worst feelings at that stadium was when Saragusa landed on top of Rich Gannon. I think that's where a lot of the change happened. I remember that. It was a crazy game. I think it was the championship game, and man, it was crazy. And then I remember, just the transition from like the different quarterbacks. We had Jeff George, we had, just all these different quarterbacks.
Yeah, with Jeff George, and then Rich, and then Kerry Collins, and then I think Jamarcus Russell, Jeff Garcia was in there. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, but it's just, and then just the main thing is the crowd. The crowd is just really, really what made it. I mean, it's like without that, you wouldn't have felt anything. I mean, just the roar. Even if we were losing, I mean, we were there to support the team. We had really bad seasons for a long time, but the fan base stayed there. It didn't matter what our record was. If we were, at our highs going into the AFC Championship games or the playoffs, or at our lows when we just won a few games a year, the commitment was really there from the fans. And I think that's what sets us apart from everybody else, because it doesn't matter if we're riding high or if we're riding on the low wave. I mean, everybody shows up.
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. I remember the first time I went to Oakland was when they played the Chiefs in 2018. Man, that was if we didn't fumble the ball 3 times, we might have won that game, dude. So, knowing that we didn't have a great shot, I still went because I wanted to see Oakland.
Yeah, it's an experience that, like I said, hopefully most of the Raider fans got to experience, and the ones that have, they know what I'm talking about. It's just like no other.
So you were there for the 2002 AFC Championship game, right?
Yeah. Actually, I still have that ticket.
That's cool, man. That was, I know what happened afterward wasn't cool, but I remember, man, being so happy, that we won, because I think we played Tennessee earlier that year, right? And it was a closer game, and you're worried about, them knowing what you want to do and all this and that, but we got them, man. They were holding it up.
Yeah.
It was something great to see. That was the pinnacle of my fanhood right there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of special moments there. A lot of special moments. The one thing when infamous the B-Lot crew, I was going for a long time, kind of doing my own thing, and then one day they just approached me, and because we're all kind of tailgating together, and that's how it started, a few years ago. But I just want to give thanks to like the whole crew. I mean, from Oscar, Steve, Guguli, Lewis, Dave, Angel, Buddha, Frank, Zap. I mean, all these guys. I mean, they put out so much just to make everybody feel welcome. And I want to make sure to give them thanks. And it's a good experience out there. But just lately it's been the last few seasons were just crazy as far as people being out there sharing everything. I was making my micheladas, and Senor Chelada actually would send us the cases to make sure that the Raider Nation had stuff to drink out there. Zap was always doing the jungle juice, and that always kept up on you. And you could always hear everybody yelling Raiders right before we take the Jaeger bomb. And Angel was always out there, doing cooking a lot of the food for us when we kind of had the big crowds. He's a good kid right there. He just never had to ask him for anything. He stepped up, and it allowed us to take care of everything else, and everybody enjoyed it. I mean, there was times you couldn't even walk through the tailgates. We hosted the Skip Thomas Memorial tailgate twice. Last year, the year before last was big, and last year was just huge. All the super fans, the TV networks were coming out. A couple of NFL photographers, Candy Padilla, Ed J. I mean, everybody just showed us a lot of love coming up, and that's what it was all about. Menelik Watson, former player for us for 4 years, he came out to the tailgate and he had a blast. And he kept saying he wishes the NFL players actually got to experience it because they don't get to experience it. I mean, he had down the road when they retired, 20 years later, but no, he had a blast. Frosty Rucker, he came out and tailgated with us. Matt Crosby's parents, we have them major props for always coming out. We met them in Napa, and they came, and the 4 times they came to the home games, they tailgated with us, and they had a great time. So big shout out to the Crosby family, and just everybody that helped out. I mean, it was just one big family out there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for almost 25 years, right? You were turning friends into family, and you shared many great
Yeah. Oh
times,
yeah.
with the Raider Nation.
Yeah, I mean, people like you see their kids. 25 years, you see the babies that you first meet there. Now they're grown up and they have kids, or sadly to say, some people have passed on, or you see people that have met there and got married, and I mean, it's just spending that much time with people. It does become a family. If just from the beginning to the end, and everybody that you meet, you're introduced to, and that's what makes it special out there.
Well, I mean, I know you were saying that Vegas is not going to be the same, right? But
I don't think it is.
But what would you say to the Raider fans that maybe don't want to go to Vegas because they don't think it's going to be the same? Because obviously you're going to carry on, even though you're going to travel to see the team in opposing stadiums. What would you say to the Raider fans though that are too upset to move on with the team?
I think it's kind of like my mentality. It's like I want to go to a game because you have to experience it. I mean, the only other choice we have is watching it on TV. And, we're going to have, I think, the best stadium in the country. I mean, look at it. It's just all black and glass and shiny. And, I have to at least experience one thing there. Because now we're just going to do what other fans do, is we're going to have to go further, to a home game. But, I mean, we're dedicated. People, they'll say forget the team and this and that, but, I mean, they're still wearing the jerseys, they're still wearing the hats, and I wouldn't say I'm not bitter about it, but I mean, I'm on their payroll, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's like it's just watching them on TV now. We're making our way a little bit further, and now it gives people like Raider fans from LA and the Vegas area and Arizona more of a chance to see them in person. When we just got so lucky and privileged that they were here for this long, and we can go to a lot of the home games. So, people that aren't happy with the move, just try one game, and people that have, got the season tickets and everything, I applaud you guys for coming together and making this a, sold out thing, which I think where the Raiders are up on a rise right now, we got to keep going.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I mean, I know it's a tough decision, right? Because like you said, you've seen people grow up, get married, you built families out there. But I would implore people to come to Vegas because we can still do it there. It's not going to be the same, but we can still continue to build that family there and those family bonds. I mean, as a traveling fan, I'll never truly understand what it was to be an Oakland Raider fan. But I mean, I would just encourage the Raider fans to just get there, because the family members that you made are still there. They're going to be there, so we can still continue to go on as a family,
Yeah. Yeah, just hope the Vegas fans, I mean, I'm sure that, there's no doubt that they'll carry on the spirit, from Oakland, and they'll do their part to show how Sin City does it. So as far as that Raider attitude, that's not going to die off. It's just going to be done a little bit different. And, I mean, Raiders were always about partying, right? So, it is Sin City. So I hope the Raider fans, keep it up, turn it up a notch, especially, when it's the home games.
Yeah, man, me too, dude, me too. Because like I said, dude, I mean, it was a big feud between the people that were okay with the Vegas move and the people that were, wanted them to stay in Oakland, man. But I don't want to see that turn into a schism where, people don't come. And there's a lot of fans that are coming anyways, but I don't want to see the fans that don't want to come just not come because of that,
Yeah, I mean, but this opens it, gives an opportunity to other fans that would normally, travel to Vegas a couple times a year now they can schedule their trips to actually come to a game.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times it's like a whole family thing, and you know, people have their traditions, and now they can expand that Vegas tradition into going to the Raider games tradition.
So, you know, we're talking a lot about the Raider Nation being a family now. On the Raider Homer channel, I like to find out how people, you know, become Raider fans. You were telling me earlier that you came up in a divided house between the Niners and the Raiders, man. So, what made
Oh
you
yeah,
want to
man.
choose the Raiders over the Niners?
I think it's just my brother that I kind of hung out with more growing up. You know, I always noticed him. You know, I wasn't a big football fan until, you know, maybe, you know, 7, 8 years old. But, you know, I started seeing him, you know, noticing him watching TV, and I always noticed these, you know, people in black, and that's my first recollection of like watching the first Raider football game. And then so every Sunday, like he'd always watch the team and kind of hang out in the morning, and you know, that's how I just got stuck on you know, watching the Raiders and becoming a fan, and you know, just bleeding silver and black.
Yeah, my dad was a 49er fan, so he was always talking about Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, but you know, I loved Bo Jackson, you know. I even liked Jay Schrader, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I was like, no, I'm going with the Raiders, man. You know?
Yeah. Well, it gets interesting, you know, when the Raiders and Niners are playing, you know, on the same day, or you know, one right after the other, and we kind of have to watch it on TV together because my brother lives 3 houses down, so you know, it's either at my house or his house. But yeah, this year was interesting, but I guess you can say Raider fans still got the last laugh. You know, it's like even though we didn't make the playoffs, the Niners still didn't win another Super Bowl. So Niner fans, sorry, you guys were 0-2 in the last Super Bowls. You know, maybe next year, you know, another quest for 6. But I know our team's on the rise. You know, and I think we're a few players away of really being a playoff contention team, and you know, I think it'll be another at least another year. You know, after this one before we really you know start causing some ripples out there, and pissing off some offenses and defenses, and you know, shutting up a lot of the naysayers. But I think we'll get there real soon. I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I do too, man. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see us trade up and get Isaiah Simmons, you know, and sign the Jones cornerback. I think it's Byron Jones from Dallas, and then Corey Littleton from St. Louis. Man, I'd love to see us get those guys. You know, I mean, who knows what the hell's gonna happen? But yeah, I think you know we're a top 10 defense away from being back into the playoffs. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I know this year will be interesting. You know, especially now with Mayock, you know, being the GM, and you know the picks that we got this year. I mean, look at Max Crosby, 4th round player. You know, almost won defensive rookie of the year. Look at Josh Jacobs. You know, Abrams, he's going to be a beast next year.
Yeah.
You know, as long as we keep those solid picks and a couple good free agent signings, I think we'll be pretty good.
Yeah, man, I agree, dude. I agree. Hey, but look back to the tailgates, right? On your Instagram page, man, you post all these fantastic looking pictures of food and you know micheladas and things like that. But you were telling me that you weren't a professional chef, man. I mean, talk about
No,
your
no,
passion for cooking and you know why
I
aren't you a
just,
professional?
yeah, I don't know. I was a custom car photographer for 27 years, so I always paid a lot of attention to detail. You know, and when they say, you know, when you have the eye for something, it always looks a little bit different. And one day I just started cooking and took something regular and kind of added my own little style to it. And for me, it's always been about presentation, so it has to, you know, look good, not just taste good. But no, I've never had any kind of training. One of these days, I wouldn't mind taking some culinary classes. But no, everything you know, you see that I post up, unless it's at a restaurant, it's at my house. You'll recognize the brown table, you know. But and the same with micheladas. You know, it's Luis from Señor Chelada and I met up and said he started carrying, you know, using his brand at the Raider games, and you know, just creating different micheladas with shrimp, with fruit, with lobster tails, crab claws. I mean, we were putting just about everything on there. You know, everybody loved the taste, and I said another big thanks to Luis from Señor Chelada for always making sure we had that, you know, available, and everybody enjoyed it. And but as far as the cooking, yeah, that's just I don't know, just I see something, I put it together, and just it comes out good. And one of these days, like I said, I'll take some classes and really raise it up a notch. But now this is just me, being a hungry, hungry chubby kid. That's a
Hey,
Raider
I know
fan.
all about that, brother.
Yeah. So you got to eat good when you can. You can. That's why sometimes you'll see the lobster tails and stuff out there because you got to spoil yourself sometimes. When you can do it, do it. And when you can't, just always feel that there's going to be that opportunity to do something again. So that's the same with the tailgating. Like, let's just go all out. With my cooking and my drinks, let's just go all out. And like your show, you ask great questions, you have great people that you're interviewing, and you go all out, and that's how it should be done all the time.
Well, I appreciate.
Who knows? Maybe a restaurant one day, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the information age, dude. So you can do it, man. You can catch up real quick, So
yeah,
it would be awesome to see you become a professional, chef.
Yeah, and then I said I was a custom car photographer for 27 years. Well, 3 years ago, I took a little break, and then the last month, I'm back. So back as editor of Impala's magazine, and we try to do a lot of traveling. So what the cool thing about that is you get to taste all this food from different regions. How they make their micheladas, and then you also get to meet all these Raider fans too. You just go into the car shows and with like the Raider fan conventions, and went to the one in Phoenix with my infamous brother Gabe, and we had a blast last time. And we saw them Raider boys and all the super fans, and Phil Filipiano was the guest there, and Raider Mob Boss and Big Tone. They have the Raider Nation Explosion, and that's a really good one. We'll be
yeah. I was just talking to Mob Boss, man. He said to give you a shout out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was actually last year was the first time I missed a home game in years. But I'll let it pass because it was a preseason game.
Yeah.
Because we were at the last convention in Merced at the Raider Fan Explosion. But it was such a great event. I mean, Joker Brown's 60. He was there. Oh man, awesome dude. He does so much for the nation, and he's always trying to empower everybody. And our Raider Nation for Lifer. I mean, his brand's always really good too. I mean, he has awesome patches. He's always, yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a fantastic time. Wayne was there. Mark was there.
Yeah.
Ultimate Raider. Man, Brian B. Rowe, right? And Skull Lady. Who else? Mario.
A lot of people.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a great time, man.
Yeah. So yeah, the next one's in Madera, so I can't wait for that one. I said if you guys can't make it to the games all the way in Vegas, at least make it to one of the conventions and get that feel, what that silver and black really means to everybody.
Hell yeah. I concur, brother. Here.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Well, I'm running a little bit late, man. I got to go back and be a dad. It was great to hear from you, man. And I want to get you back on this channel. The more that we talk, the more, I'll be able to develop a script for us to get back together on this channel, dude. But before I let you go, tell the Raider Nation how to find you on social media.
If you're looking, I don't know if you want something interesting, something different. I mean, from football games to cooking to drinks to just being out and about to car shows, just hit my Instagram a look. It's at BullOnTheRoad, all one word, because this bull is always on the road, so we're always out and about. So it's at BullOnTheRoad. And, thanks to everybody for listening, and thank you for this opportunity, man. This is really cool. And, hopefully it made it interesting for a couple people.
Well, I'm interested. Like I said, bro, I got to find a way to get you back and get more information out of you. You were a season ticket holder since 1995, dude. I mean, you have some stories, and I'm going to find a way to get them to the Raider Nation, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories. We'll have to do a part 2 on that one.
And you know what? That's a good thing. A good little segue, because I do, the picture I made for you right at the beginning of your interview said Oaktown Legends, dude. So every January 30th, the birthday of the Oakland Raiders, I'm trying to do an Oaktown Legends live episode where I have people from Oakland or in the Oakland area, right, or the Bay Area, come on and talk about the Oakland traditions, man. So that's one spot I got for you for sure, bro. And we'll figure out how to get your culinary things out there too,
Yeah, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to be a part of that.
All right, cool, man. Well, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm running a little late, so I got to get out of here, man. Thank you so much, though.
Okay. All right, you too. Have a great night, and everybody out there, Raider Nation, have a good night.
All right, have a good night, brother.
Okay.
All right, Raider Nation, Bull on the road, man. That Polo loves his micheladas. Michael Aragon loves his micheladas. My friend Mark loves his micheladas. That dude, he can cook it up, man. He can cook it up. He can make some micheladas. Follow him on Instagram. Show some love, Raider Nation. That dude put in a lot of work, man, and he's still gonna put in work. All right, Raider Nation, I'm out of here, man. Before we get out of here, let's hear from the Violator.
Hello?
What's up, Wayne? How are you?
I'm good, brother. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just making it, man. What are you doing?
That's all you can do, man. One day at a time. Just relaxing, man.
All right, yeah, man. It was nice to meet you, man. A couple of times that we met in Merced and in Oakland, dude.
Yes, definitely.
I was tripping out, man. You were super, super busy at the kickoff party, man.
Man, but like I say, the moments you can't redo that. No, brother. It's just moments in time. Either you're there or you're not. The videos and pictures really don't do it justice. It's about that feeling, and you saw that in the room.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, it was cool, man, watching you work. Man, that was and you're all over the place now, man. That TV spot you had, that was really cool.
Like I said, that's just the rewards of the dedication, man. Over 28 years, man. I couldn't even dream that stuff up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it comes at you, and it's like somebody's taking notice. So all I do is just walk through the doors that opens up.
Nice. So, hey, before we get started, can I get you to do some radio IDs for me?
Sure.
All right, cool. Everybody wants you on the podcast, but I mean, it's like I can get you on the podcast this way for sure.
All right. What's up, Raider Nation? This is the Violator, and you're watching the Raider Homer channel.